The Evermore podcast is now sponsored by WFST Total Compliance. WFST provides fire safety requirements UK-wide to prepare you and your employees should the worst happen. Do what you do best and visit wfst.co.uk today. Enjoy the episode. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a post-match reaction. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear as Newcastle United have just dispatched of Manchester United 3-0 in the Carabao Cup. Easy was the word we were all saying in this game. My word, we battered Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United. And I wouldn't be surprised if the worm with the goatee is looking for a new job by the weekend, because they look in absolute peril at the minute, which just makes me smile even more because I hate Manchester United, as most people my age do. But we're going to get stuck right into the match reaction, talk about how I think the lads did. We'll have a little chat about it. Maybe we'll still hang around for the draw. I've got it in the background there, so hopefully we'll get to see who we get in the next round. No Liverpool, please, for the love of God. Stop giving us tough ties. But at the minute, we're beating everybody, so touch wood, we'll maybe batter them as well. So we'll get stuck right into this in a minute. Just before we do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. We're over 5,500 subs, loads of room for you guys, loads of content like the post-match reaction you're going to watch, match previews, transfer shows, rants galore, you name it, loads of quality Newcastle United content. Give us a try. You won't regret it. If you fancy being a member too, there is an option there for less than £2 a month, less than a pint of lager, which many Manchester United fans will be supping on right now because they left about 20 minutes before the game finished. I'm sure they're probably on their second pint by now. But hey, we'll get stuck into that in a second. And we are live tonight, so jump in the comments. We've got loads of you in there already, chomping at the bit to rub Manchester United's faces in it, which I love. Come on, bring on the comments. I love it. We've got, Nikia in the comment there saying magic. All the new boys were top draw. Absolutely. George was loving the fact that empty seats. And he's talking about maybe getting Ten Hag sacked, which is great because what an arrogant piece of shit he is. Honestly, I'm just checking how long I've been on, if I can swear all right or not. Mark will tell me off. But he is. He's a fucking prick. So I'd be glad to see him lose his job. Les is in the comments. Les is wide awake. Good to see you, Les. Absolutely fantastic. We've got Simon there saying, when will I ever learn to stop doubting Eddie Howe? Patched up reserve side, injury in the first 5 minutes, and we stuffed Man U's first team 3-0 with the much maligned fullback on point. What a manager, what a team. Let's get stuck in then. So yeah, the team that was announced had everybody going, pretty much, which is this, as you can see. I mean, most of us kind of called the changes in the side. In terms of the striking berth, it was quite hard to see. I think Joe Linton was out wide with Matt Ritchie, who's, I think, about 44 years old. Again, seeing him in the side sends shivers down my spine. But he didn't actually do too bad, in all fairness. Lewis Hall and Livermore both came in. I think Lewis Hall started further at the park. He started in a left wing position. And then there was an injury to Matty Targett really quickly on in the game. And another hamstring, another injury. So Matty Targett went off. And then Lewis Hall dropped back into left back, which was absolute quality, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it's got to be said, 150th appearance for Sean Longstaff, one of our own. Captain's armband, absolutely mint to see Sean with captain's armband, buzzing for him, absolutely class. So that was the lineup that we went into. Manchester United had quite a strong lineup, as you can see there. I mean, a lot of big name players in there as well, and Hannibal with big hair as well. But loads of them, Manchester United really went to go for this game. That's the squad that they put out, and we absolutely mullered them, to be fair. So Miggy comes on really quickly. I can't remember how quick it was really for Miggy's injury. So for Targett's injury, it was really quick into the game, and he goes off, and we're all thinking, oh God, here we go again, more injuries. And then Miggy comes on, and Miggy looks sharp as a tack. I seen Jamal Lascelles saying to Miggy or something, "Are you warm?" And I thought, come on, Jamal, he's a fucking Duracell bunny, man. He's like a supercharger. You know, you plug your mobile in one of them rapid chargers, it just goes zip up to 100%. That's Mickey Almiron effectively. So he come on the park, he added that dynamic, he added that zip, that speed. I love the way we were playing. Lewis Hall went to left back. He looked fucking classy, really did. He just looked so calm on the ball. He was squaring up and tackling Anthony, and then he was just legging it up the park. He was there alongside Joe Willock and alongside Almiron and everybody else. And I was just thinking, this is absolutely class. And then the goal comes, and it's Livramento. Livramento, absolutely fucking superb, as Brian says in the comments there. Just, yes, mate. Wow, Brian. He was absolutely fantastic. He gets the ball. He wins the ball. A great tackle. And he just knocks it by the rapid speed of him. He just knocks it by Anthony Gordon, who was playing as a kind of makeshift striker, who gave us something, I think, gave us a little bit of a threat. He was pulling defenders left, right, and centre. He didn't really get on the ball a great deal in terms of as a striker, but he was busy enough to cause trouble. So Livramento completely ignores the ball, sees Miggy come and slips a beautiful pass through to Miggy, takes it in stride, knocks it past Onana, what's his name? Onana, he's transparent, that's right. Knocks it straight past him. Keeper's got no chance. We're 1-0 up. Old Trafford are completely fucking livid. You're looking around, all these fans who took a day trip up from London to come to support Manchester United, their local side, they're all fucking livid. You know, Newcastle are bouncing. The Toon Army are screaming. That's all you could hear on the TV was the Toon Army singing. You know, I think there was occasional little Manchester United song. Couldn't quite make it out in amongst all the humble pie and shit they were eating from getting battered by the noisy neighbours at the weekend and then getting battered by Newcastle United, who, in their opinion, aren't even a good enough side to be in the Champions League, I guess, again. So, yeah, so we're all over them again, you know, and then we're pushing up again. We're pushing, we're pressing, but we're in control of the game, completely in control. Hannibal flies in, gets a yellow card. And about it seemed like 5 minutes later, he does another stupid tackle. And the referee completely bottles it. You're like, that is a second yellow card, and that's a red card. Even Gary Neville, Mr. Manchester United himself, said that was a second yellow card and a red card. These referees are so shit. They really are. Grow a pair of balls and send the lad off. It was a stupid tackle. You just booked him. He flew in like a maniac 5 minutes later. He should have been second yellow, red card. Turns out we didn't need it anyway. We keep pressing. Another lovely bit of play. Some great bits of play from Lewis Hall at left back. It really was. I was so impressed with him. He looks sharper. He looks fitter than he did when he was playing against Manchester City in midfield. He's such a good player in that left wing back position. That has to be his position for me. I don't believe he's a midfielder. I'll get into the comments. There's loads of comments in a second. You maybe covered this about Lewis Hall, guys, in the comments, but I don't think he's a midfielder. I think he's a brilliant wing back. And Gary Neville, one of the best full backs the country ever produced, was saying he really likes Lewis Hall as a left back. And he was bombing on. He was winning the ball, bombing on. He knocked a couple of beautiful passes over the top to Willock just before we got the second goal. Lovely ball in behind. Joe Willock was looking sharper as well. It was great to see him stretching teams like he is. Just looked really, really sharp again. And then the second goal comes from, we win the ball back. It goes over. Willock somehow gets it back, gets it over, crosses a ball in. I think it's a Manchester United player that heads it out. And who's on the edge of the box but the fucking left back, Lewis Hall, who at 19-year-old goes, fuck it, I'm just going to take a volley against Manchester United at Old Trafford. And he then hits a beautiful volley into the bottom corner for his first ever senior goal, his first goal in 15 appearances. What a strike. And what I loved as well, he was fucking buzzing. He was the grin on his face. He was sliding. He was screaming. And I absolutely loved it. It was a great reaction to see from a young player in his first ever professional goal. And what a goal as well. What a goal it was. Marcus is saying he loves Joe Willock. I love Joe Willock, mate. Joe Willock is absolutely fucking class. He really, really is. And Joe Linton was back in the neat, Brian. You're absolutely right. Joe Linton, I beg your pardon. Joe Linton was mint tonight. He was back to his usual best. Zig is in the house, absolutely. Toon Zig. Duncan is saying, I love it when we beat them. Who doesn't love it when we beat them? Mark's in the admin saying, sacked in the morning. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he is. It was shit, absolutely shit. So, we get that goal, 2-0 up. Manchester United are shell-shocked. I don't know what the fuck they're playing at. They really, really don't. They're all over the place. Anthony's just absolutely crap. Proper one-trick pull. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Mason Mount, what was Mason Mount? 60 million quid or something like that? 60 million yen I wouldn't have paid for him. He looks absolutely dog shit. He really does. Casemiro gets booked in off a stupid tackle. Our midfielders bossing the game. Longstaff is superb. Joe Linton's looking back to his best. Joe Willock's looking sharper and sharper. You got Lewis Hall, Livramento growing into the game, winning tackles, going up and down the park, flying up and down the park. I think and a big shout out to Emil Kraft as well. Emil Kraft looked really good. The lad hasn't played a competitive game for 14 months or something. He looked absolutely brilliant in the back four there. He wasn't really tested a great deal by Manchester United, but he looked absolutely class. Did Emil Kraft, so massive shout out to him. So we go on at half time, we're 2-0 up. Manchester United got nothing for us really. Come out in the second half. Manchester United did start quite well. They pressed. I think they were under pressure. Ten Hag made some changes. He brought on Wan-Bissaka because Darlow was getting absolutely destroyed down that right hand side of Manchester United where the 2 goals came from really. So he brings on Wan-Bissaka, who I actually think is a decent player. Looked quite good. He had a few little quality defensive tackles and moved forward quite well during the attacking play quite well. Amrabat offered them something, but then again, as the second half go on, they just ran out of steam again, and Newcastle just stepped up the pressure, and we just looked in control of it completely. And then a beautiful sight to see. We break with pace. I think it's Joe Linton gets the ball. He slips it into Joe Willock. Joe Willock just drops his shoulder out to the right-hand side and just bends in this beautiful, it was almost like a hard pass finish right into the bottom corner, zipped in with pace. Onana's got no chance. Joe Willock's off, knee sliding, doing the old basketball celebration. Just absolutely fucking class. It really, really was. Just to see Joe Willock back doing what he does best. It was absolutely brilliant. And I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. We put a makeshift side in together like that, and we beat Manchester United 3-0 on their own doorstep. Now, listen, Manchester United are an absolute shambles of a club right now. I don't think those players are playing for the manager. I don't think those players are good enough to play for Manchester United. I don't think half of them have a fucking clue what it means to play for a club that size. And if I was a Manchester United fan, I'd be absolutely livid. But this was the best time to play Manchester United. When the draw first got announced, we were all a little bit worried about it, but Jesus Christ, we absolutely owned them tonight. I'm just watching Tino Livramento on the TV next to Sean Longstaff getting interviewed. He was fucking brilliant tonight. Probably man of the match for me, I would say. I think Lewis Hall was really good as well. So impressed with Lewis Hall. Joe Linton was back to his best as well. But I'm going to give my man of the match to Livramento because I just thought he was class again, just like he was against City. 2 massive sides as well. Do you know what I mean? And he just takes it in stride. He looks brilliant. The kid's been out for nearly a year and a half injured as well. He's still back to get back to his best. Mike was saying he was worried when he saw that lineup, but we were amazing. Absolutely. John is saying old travesty. Chris was bang on when he said he couldn't hit water. Absolutely. I was, mate. They couldn't hit water. I think I said 2-0 actually in my match prediction. I didn't think it would be 3-0, but Manchester United are so shit. They couldn't strike a match even if they had the side of the box to go off. They're absolutely terrible. You look at the players they've got at their disposal as well. They bring on Rashford. Looks like he can't be asked. He's off partying in a nightclub the other night and going against his manager's instructions. That Højlund looks like a pound shop Haaland, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? Remember that when you played Pro Evolution Soccer and the name was wrong? That's the kind of player he looks like. I do feel a bit sorry for the kid because he's a young lad and I'm looking at him to lead the line, but they're in absolute dire straits. They're not going to get in the top 4 this season. No fucking chance. We'll probably struggle to get top 4, and we're light years ahead of them. We could beat them home and away with our eyes shut. We really, really could. Got another comment there from Jamie Christopher. An amazing game, so good. What's the chance of drawing Liverpool at Anfield? One of my mates just texted me that, actually, Jamie, I think you're bang on. I'm just waiting to see what comes up. We probably will end up with bloody Liverpool, but imagine putting Clippity Clop out of this competition. Now, that would be sweet. The mighty winners saying 10 out of 10 for the coach and staff, 100% win. To bring those lads in out of the cold and have them play just like that first team as week in and week out was absolutely superb. It really, really is. The Zig, no striker, no centre-backs. Ha, ha, ha. Manchester United, no players, mate. Absolutely no players. Ian's in the house as well. Good evening to you too, mate. Great to see you in the comments. What we're going to Chris did a Bohemian Rhapsody there. I don't even know I did that, Kevin, to be honest with you. It's a late start for us. Very, very late. Very, very late. Love that to coin a phrase. Paolo Williquinho. He's just minting. Did you see Bruno smiling at him as well when he come on the pitch? I thought he was absolutely class. Marcus is saying Hall, very impressive. I've got to agree with that. Just to pause again on that. So impressed with Lewis Hall. I've been screaming for him to get an opportunity. I really liked the way he looked at Chelsea. I think I even said in the video, most of you guys knew what I was trying to get at in the video. There's a couple of people who didn't quite get the tone of the video, but my whole point was, where does he play? Is he a midfielder or is he a left back? Where does he want to play? Where does Eddie see him playing? I think tonight has just shown even more Lewis Hall is a really good wing back. And, with the right kind of, coaching and guidance to tell him to pick a position and play in that position, that left side has to be Lewis Hall's home, really, whether he's a left wing back or he's a left winger. But that's where he needs to play. Don't go in the centre midfield, Lewis Hall. Stick in that position, because I really do think you could be something unbelievable in that position. If you can get that balance as well with Trippier on the right and him on the left, and then Livramento when he comes in on the right, we're looking really, really good. The amount of times that he got into the box, as soon as he got the defensive tackle in and played it, he was up, and he was right up, and he was an outlet. So many times when Burns with Gordon, he turns around and he has to go right back, run back 15 yards to pass to Burn. He literally had the ball and he didn't have to move 2 yards and pass it back to Lewis Hall, because he was there as an option. And that was really, really pleasing to see. And long may that continue for this lad, because I just think he just looks a really, really good player. We've got Gary in the comments saying he'd like a home game, not bothered who we get. I'm the same, Gary. I want another home game as well. I think Newcastle at home are a real threat to anybody, really. Doesn't matter who you are. I think Real Madrid could come to town in the Champions League and we'd still be really, really good at home, in all fairness. Oh, yeah, Aaron, great shot. What a goal that would have been by Longstaff. Yeah, in the second half. So even Gary Neville in the commentary went, oh, like that when he hit it, because he hit it so sweet, didn't he, Aaron? It was just kind of, it rolled to him. He took a little touch. He set himself. Nobody closed him. And he just hit this absolute fucking like Steven Gerrard-esque banger, and it just drifted a little bit too far. I thought it was destined for the top corner as well. I was praying that was going to go in. Imagine that 150th game, captain's armband, and you score a fucking worldie at Old Trafford like that. You can finally tell Matty that he's he's got to go to Old Trafford as well. So yeah, absolutely superb. Then we've got to go. Yeah, 2 seconds there. We've got a little comment on here. Beg your pardon. And Mark's supposed to be helping me in the comments here behind the scenes. What is going on here? We have got a little, there we go. Mark is helping me here behind the scenes. Yeah, we've got a great comment and a donation from Crypto Rambo. Thank you very much, mate. All the way from Los Angeles, $10 donation. Thank you so much. It's only 3:30 p.m. and I'm savouring a cold one. Top man. Tino Man the Magic, and he was so good. That kid has got to start playing in the PL. Thank you so much for that donation, Crypto Rambo, and a great comment as well, mate. I think Tino was absolutely mint, I've got to say, mate. I totally agree. It's going to be really hard to keep him out of the team, but it just so happens we've got the best right back probably in the world, really. He played for Newcastle United, so it's hard for Tino to get in, but he was absolutely class. For Kev as well, he was his man of the match, absolutely superb. And yeah, Brian's left foot strike was fucking mint by Lewis Hall. It really was. Did you see the smile on his face as well when he come out? I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Eddie Howe and I think it was Graham Jones giving them some love on the sideline as well, which was mint. Eddie's just talking now with Sky. I can't quite hear what he's saying, but he's smiling from ear to ear. Frank Carson saying, what a team. Tino's run for the assist in the first goal. You're right, Frank. Great run. Pace on the lad. I remember hearing that, I think it was Theo Walcott, and I said this when we signed him. They were asking Theo Walcott about Tino Livramento and saying, what can he be and who does he remind you of? And Walcott said, I don't want to sound, too hyperbolic even, but the way he moves with the ball with pace, he said he reminds me of Gareth Bale. And when you see running like that, you kind of see a little bit about that. You see what Walcott's on about that. I'm not saying he's Gareth Bale. Christ, if he turns into Gareth Bale, we've got a hell of a player on my hands. But the speed that he runs at with the ball, I don't think there's many players that can keep up with a player that rapid with the ball at his feet, and that's a real asset for us. Trippier's more about the brain and the whip on the ball, a bit like a Beckham-esque type crossing the Trippier does. He's no slouch, but he hasn't got that kind of rapid speed. And I think there may be an occasion where you could even see Livramento playing maybe in front of Trippier and offering that speed as an outlet as well. But it's great to see the lad getting more game time and obviously taking the chance as well. Fair play to both of them. Him and Holder were great tonight. I think Target's hamstrings have gone, I think, George. And, again, it's a shame for Target. He's had some injury problems, but I think the emergence of Hall there at left back, I think, maybe might just save the bacon there. We've got Big Dan Burn, we've got Lewis Hall. Richie can play at left back, even though I'm not too keen on him being in the squad because I think his legs are gone. But, Dummett can play left back as well. So I think we're kind of stacked in that position all right. So if Target is out for a period, we should be okay. But obviously we don't want to have any more players really out unfortunately. But, it's... I think it could have maybe opened the door for Lewis Hall, and I think he'll take it because I think after that tonight, Eddie Howe is a very smart man, as we all know, and I think he'll be saying to Lewis Hall, "You're a left back, you're a wing back, lad. Stick in that position and make it your own. And I really think if Lewis Hall does that, I think he could be our starting left back. That's no disrespect to Dan Burn. I just think he offers you so much more, especially in games where you need that speed on the counter attack as well. Got Leslie in the comments saying great assist from Tino and a beautiful goal from Hall. Great night for us. You're absolutely right. Kevin was listening to BBC Live commentary. I don't know if Shearer was on. Was he, Kev? I don't know. Shearer does the commentary from time to time there. So it'd be good to hear Alan Shearer's thoughts on the game. Yeah. Willock was great, George. He was absolutely superb. And as you say, the J is much more lively. J7, absolutely, George. It's great to see. You can see with Joe Linton, he's such a machine that he takes a couple of games when he's been out for a while to get back to that Joe Linton best, but he was dominating tonight. He was winning the ball. He was smashing people around. What I loved about him as well is when Hannibal got the yellow card, you could see the shithouse side of Joe Linton just saying, you know what? I'm just going to wait for this little twat to give me a kick and I'm going to go down. And he was doing it 2 or 3 times. He lost the ball once or twice, waiting for Hannibal to get another yellow card. It should have been in the park anyway. But it was great little shithousery by Joe Linton there, which I absolutely loved. Ardez is saying Willock look like £100 million player a day. And he's nowhere near fit, Ardez as well. That just shows you what a good player he is. Such technical quality made us much more dangerous around the box. I love Joe Willock. He's so underrated by so many fans, especially outside of Newcastle. I honestly do think this lad could be in the England squad and should be in the England squad. If he hits his full pelt in the next couple of months, he should be in the England squad, and Sean as well, but definitely Joe Willock, because he offers you something that, he stretches teams for fun, man. He's got such pace and quality. And that finish looks like the goals are maybe coming back into his game, which is what me and Mark have always said. If he adds that in, he is £100 million player. He really is. Got a look in the comments saying, see, you've seen United now, fuck off home getting, lads. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Yeah, I think to be fair, Manchester United probably were worried about, Man United fans was probably worried about that game. Going into it, they probably thought we were going to do them anyway. When they saw that lineup, they probably thought, no, we can do these lot. And then they've obviously just been completely battered, which is just sweet as a nut. Antagonize, yeah, every player who's class, fucking perfect. Couldn't agree more, mate. I thought they were absolutely superb tonight. Lads did everybody proud tonight. Great game. And then, go take that conference into Arsenal the weekend as well. And then Dortmund after that, if we can get a couple of lads back from injury, we're looking really, really good. Mike saying that Joe Litton was back on form tonight, huge in the middle for us. Absolutely, mate. He really, really was. Scott to say that Hannibal should have been sent off, petulant child. I thought he's shit, Scott. I don't know if Manchester United fans rate this kid, but I think he was fucking dreadful. He really was. I think Elliot Anderson looks like fucking Gavi next to him. He thought he's crap. And he should have been sent off as well. The ref completely bottled that, mate. You're absolutely right. He bottled that like an absolute funny, like he was. What else have we got here? Talk wank, disrespectful as usual. Is that those knackers on the sports bar? Is it? Yeah. More like the See You Next Tuesday club, I think, with them two tits. Don't even bother listening to them, mate. An absolute bunch of morons. Wouldn't know a good game if I jumped up and kicked them in the face. Would be farmer saying hard to comprehend the magic we've just experienced, but Horn never meant to shined a light on our summer signings at a time when we really needed it. I think you're right, farmer. I think the summer transfers have been a subject of contempt, I think, for a lot of people. They've been picking it out. They've been having their opinion on it. Some people are getting angry about it. Some people are making some kind of factual statements about it. I think Craig Hope got a lot of shit on socials, I think, for saying that he thought it was a poor window. And I think when you look at it in isolation, you've got one player that's suspended for 10 months for having a gambling problem, and then the other one was injured his toe. If that had been the other way around, obviously if Tonali hadn't got suspended and Harvey Barnes hadn't knackered his toe, we'd maybe be waxing lyrically saying there was a great summer window. But when you look at the two fullbacks, obviously the Lewis Hall money was deferred, but that kid right there, even tonight, looking at what he's got there in his locker, if that's just a little snippet of what this lad can do, 30 million quid for him is an absolute bargain. And Livramento the same, 30 million quid for Livramento is a bargain. If these lads can kick on and keep playing the way they're playing, you've got two ready-made replacements, because you've got to remember Dan Burn and Trippier are both on the wrong side of 30. And as the seasons come, their legs will get more and more tired. Even as good as Trippier is, his legs will get heavier and heavier. And we've got these two lads waiting in the wings, no pun intended, to come in. I really do think with Hall, though, if he keeps performing like that, I think it's going to be really hard to keep him out of the team as the first choice left back if he's happy to play there. And for me, my advice to the lad, not that he would listen to me or watch this show, but I would stick to left wing back, Lewis Hawks. I think you'd be England's left wing back if you stay there, mate. I really do. Ian is saying that Dubs is number one, cool, calm, collected. Pope, take a rest. It's easy to say that, Ian, because I mean, Man United had less shots than a gun with no bullets, mate. To be fair, they were shit. So it's really hard to compare the two. I know Pope's had a little bit of shit recently, but I still think Pope's our number one, mate. I really do. I think I'm not going to call for Dubs to be in yet. He is a good keeper when he comes. He does a good job. I'm not going to call for Pope to go. We've got Quillen saying War Away fans were fucking amazing. Now they were, mate. Honestly, the noise, what you could hear through the TV was the away fans. We've always got such good support, but they were superb tonight. They really, really were. They were absolutely superb. Anyone, the draw isn't on yet, is it, guys? I'm just keeping an eye on the TV. I've just got Bears looking at a camera here and a mobile phone because I've been too busy talking to you guys. So let me know if I miss it. Maybe my feed might be slightly behind everybody else. Simon is saying credit to 34-year-old Matt Ritchie. I thought he was 43. He's been a tremendous servant for the club. He's obviously not the player he was, but he keeps himself in good nick and he trains hard. Do you know what? I'll give him his due, Simon. When I first saw him in the lineup, I think I even said, "Oh Jesus Christ, Matt Ritchie." The rest of the team is fine, but Jesus Christ, why Matt Ritchie? But fair play, mate. I think he did put in a good shift tonight. I think he worked hard. His legs really aren't there, but I think he got around the pitch quite well for a 34-year-old. He whipped in a couple of nice crosses with that left peg of his, and for me, he did do a good job. He really did, and he didn't look fucked when he come off as well. To be fair, he looked like he could put another half an hour or so. So fair play, Matt Ritchie, and respect him for that. Kev saying will Hall start on Saturday night? I don't know. That is a good question. It all depends on how Eddie sees the dealing with Arsenal's pace, possibly on the counter-attack. Maybe we'll start Hall, but I've got a feeling he'll go back to his tried and tested BDB, I think. Makes you wonder if Hall might get a chance against Dortmund, though, because Bern got done quite a lot by their right winger. What was he called? Was it Malion or something? He was a really good player at home against Dortmund, and maybe Eddie Howe might think, why not? We'll make a little change there and give it a bit of a change. So Mark's in the admin just reminded everybody, if you do like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and stay up to date with all the latest news, transfer rumors, and the occasional rant, which is normally from me. Mark doesn't rant. Mark's too chill for that. He's easy like Sunday morning, like Lionel Richie, but he just hasn't got a mustache like Jerry Curl and he can't play the keyboard. So there. But we've got a comment there from Les saying Longstaff gave credit to Howe, saying his game plans make us look good. I love Longstaff's humility, Les, I really do. He's just such a class act, and he's such a lovely kid. He seems like such a top bloke. He really, really do. Comment there from Taryn. I'm not going to read you out. Read that comment out, Taryn. That's a bit harsh. I don't mind the lads from Toon Review, to be fair, but I'm not going to read that out. What else have we got here? Looking through the comments there. I will read this one out, though, Taryn. We definitely get Anfield away. I hope we don't, because it just feels like they're stacking the deck against us, really. But I wouldn't like Middlesbrough at home. I really, really would. What we got here? The comments. Got Andrew saying a great win tonight. It was, mate. It was a really, really good win. What we got here? Scrolling down. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with you here. There's so many great comments here. Paul is saying, "Hi, Chris. We're in the draw for the next round." And I got it right again. Good for you, Paul. You do well with your predictions, mate. You should get yourself down the bookies a bit more often. Peter was saying, just Tino. Absolutely, Peter. That guy is absolutely superb. Scrolling down here, see if we can get some of your comments, guys. I'm way behind in the comments here. Way behind in the comments. What we got here? Here we go. Right, I'm scrolling right down to try and catch up here. Where are we? Yeah, Peter saying Lewis Hall goal was superb. It really was, man. Absolute fire, that goal. It was unbelievable. It really, really was. Right, I'm scrolling right down to the bottom here, trying to keep up with all these bloody comments. We've got a great comment there from Big English 87. Was watching in Australia on BN Sports. Top man. Analysis at both half-time and full-time. Said one sentence about Newcastle United and said, okay, let's talk about Manchester United. It's always the case with those shit channels, to be honest with you, Big English. That's why it's just watch guys on YouTube, mate, to be honest with you. Like I say, the lads at Toon Review do a great commentary thing. We don't really do watch-alongs, me and Mark, but we're always here for post-matches, mate. So come check us out, Big English, and subscribe if you haven't already, buddy. And we'll be here for your post-match content. We'll say a lot more than one sentence about our beloved Newcastle United. We've got Alan in the comments saying that he wasn't expecting that fantastic Just hope we get a good draw. Me too, mate. Me too. It should be up soon, actually. I'm just watching the sad sack in the turtleneck, which is Ten Hag shaking his head from left to right. Looks like a sad Lex Luthor in there when Superman's kicked his ass. But Superman was wearing a Newcastle tracksuit tonight, and his name was Eddie Howe. So, yeah, best manager won there, mate. You want a quick game? We'll fucking give it to you, as Eddie Howe would say. Absolutely class. Right, scrolling down to more comments for you guys. What we've got here. We've got Derek in the comments saying Liverman and Hall take a bow. You were both excellent. I couldn't agree more, Derek. I think they were mint. Really do. I really hope that's just showed Eddie that these lads can play Premier League football as well. You look at the likes of Palace and Wolves. There's no reason the two lads couldn't have done a job against both those sides, really. And, doing that tonight in that cup game hopefully will inspire that confidence in Eddie to say, you know what, I can rest Trippier and Burn, and these lads have got it. They're okay. They can step in and do the job, and the lads will need that confidence as well. They'll have a massive boost from that. They really, really will. So I'm just laughing at this Manchester United data sheet that's come up here on Sky. So under Ten Hag, they've spent approximately 411 million since the summer of 2022. Only Chelsea have spent more. He's lost 8 of his first 15 games this season, most defeats since 1962. He's lost 5 of his first 10 Premier League games, 2 more defeats than any previous Premier League season. 15 points from 10 home games. The other one was so shit it's disappeared. Wow, he is under serious pressure, and I love it. Neil is saying, if I had to give my players a mark out of 10, I would give every one of them tonight. Absolutely, mate. I think we don't do player ratings, but I'd give them all 10s tonight because I just think they were all absolutely superb. We've got a draw starting soon. Yes, Q2. What we got here? Yeah, 411 million is right. 411 million, but we're the ones spending all the money. We're the ones spending all the Saudi Arabian money. That's right. Absolutely. Man, you were dreadful tonight. They really were. And I would feel sorry for their fan base. I've got a couple of mates of mine who are Manchester United fans, and I feel sorry for them because they're decent people. But all these Manchester United arrogant wanks you see on these podcasts are so dismissive of other fan bases and arrogant and everything. It really pisses me off. So to me, they're just getting their just desserts, in my opinion. And it couldn't happen to a better bunch of motherfuckers, in my opinion, really. So you laugh at everybody else, take the piss out of everybody else's club. Now you lot are struggling. All your fans are fucked off and leaving 20 minutes or 50 minutes before the game's finished. They're shouting at your manager, telling me I'm watching this kid with his arms out on the TV. The players don't look like they're happy at all. Body language. Marcus Rashford looked livid when he come on, didn't he? Just looked like he couldn't be arsed at all. They're not playing for this bloke. But if they get rid of him again, who are they going to try? How many different managers are they going to have? Do you know what I mean? They had Jose Mourinho, they had Louis van Gaal, they had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for the nostalgic vibe. They got this guy back. They had Ralph Ragnick or whatever his fucking name was. And none of it worked. None of it worked. So if this guy doesn't work either, then who are they going to get? Steve Bruce? That would be so funny. I really hope that does happen. It would make me laugh my head off. It really, really would. Magpies is saying that Old Trafford emptied quicker than a Mackham does in a seagull. Oh, God. That's going to give me nightmares tonight, mate. Absolutely superb. Absolutely class. Right, we'll scroll through these comments here. Right, let's have a little look here. I think Mark has dropped in a sneaky comment here. Oh, Specsavers tweet. These guys are on point. They really are. It says, Man United fans, if you bring your glasses to any of our stores tomorrow, we'll swap them for a blindfold so you don't have to watch this anymore. That is a brilliant tweet. Honestly, some of these people on social media are so funny. They really are. Absolutely class. What we got here? Ian is saying, Talk Wank is having a debate with a West Ham fan after booing Rice. Fuck me. I didn't even hear that Rice got booed. I don't think he really deserves to be booed, to be honest with you. You always get players at clubs that kind of outgrow the clubs, and you take loads of money for them and you invest it wisely. I mean, they sold Rice and they went and bought a few good players, James Ward-Prowse for one in particular, you know what I mean? And then the boy from Ajax that they got, the striker. So for me, I just think that they've invested the money quite well. If you look at Spurs didn't invest the bail money well at all, to be fair. So, they can't really dig Rice out for that. He was always going to leave. I think he left them in a good position. He won a trophy for them, left with his head held high, got them loads of money to reinvest in the side. David Moyes has a lot of respect from the club and the players have a lot of respect from him. I think Declan Rice is a good guy as well, to be fair. So the time was right for him to leave. At least he didn't kick up a fuss about it and be a twat and go on strike, So just laughing at the comments. Yeah, Bruce for Man U. Oh, Magpies! I would laugh so hard. George has got the bacon frying already. Could you imagine if they thought they've seen bad football yet? My God, imagine Steve Bruce at that football club. That would just be the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. But for them, because they love Steve Bruce, right? They probably think that he would do a better job, than Ten Hag. Honest to God, they really would do. I bet you. I'm laughing at if again was it Andy Cole accent questions. I did pick up on that, mate. I really, really did. Got a comment there from Little FB saying, "Do you get a hard hat and safety glasses when you go into Old Trafford?" Well, I was going to say there's not much building work going on there. They're certainly tearing it down, but they're not doing much building work. We've got a comment there from Nikia 66. The West Ham fans are calling Rice a Judas. Wonder what they thought of Lampard. But they didn't like Lampard. They called him Fat Frank, didn't they? That was the whole thing with Frank Lampard. So, Brian is off to his bed. Yeah, good night, Brian. Cheers for tuning in. Tino, indeed, mate. Absolutely. I'm going to give it another few minutes here and see whether this draw comes on or not. Aaron is saying Man United need Roy Keane as a manager. The egos will melt, half of them will be out the door. Do you know what the weird thing is with Keane? I think Keane's kind of style is probably what they need right now. But I just I don't think he would go anywhere near it. I think he's just, for me, he's better off being a pundit. He's quite funny. He's got a nice little niche there. He's probably making some good money doing it. I know he's got the bite to get back into football. Keane. If I was Keane, I'd go nowhere near that football club if I was him. I think he's almost done his time and severed his time from there. When you hear him talk about Manchester United, he still talks about them with affection because he spent so long there. But I think it ended a bit ugly for Roy Keane there, especially with Ferguson. So I don't think he would go back, to be honest with you. Mark's and Admin saying, is the delay for the draw so they can pre-record it to make sure Newcastle get the toughest time? Don't you start with them conspiracy theories, mate. We'll all be wearing tinfoil hats at this bloody rate. We've got a comment there from Robert Sheard. Pages and paws. They're having to redo the draw because they had Man United in the quarters. I wouldn't be surprised, Robert, to be fair, mate, especially with the Man United loving pundits that they have there. I mean, I quite like Mark Chapman, but he's a massive red, and he struggles to keep that under wraps sometimes, to be fair. But I do like him. But Andy Cole, not Andrew Cole, not having this Sunday name bollocks. And Shea's just trying to suppress that huge grin that he's got on his face, which is absolutely mint. I love it a bit. We're number 7 in the draw hour. Draw time after the break, says Mark. Well, let's hang around a little bit then, so we can see if we get the draw coming in there, guys. I've got a comment there from Luke. How much did Sandro win tonight? I don't even think Sandro would have took them odds, Luke, to be honest with you, mate. Honest to God. So, Gary is saying that the draw is a pitch side next. I think it's coming up now, on the screen. Yeah. Is it coming up next? Is it after the break? Is it? I think after the break. Here we go. The draw is coming up, I think Aaron is saying. So I'm on the adverts here. So, I'm possibly a little bit behind, I think, and everything else. But we'll hang on for a few more minutes, guys, and see what we get on the draw. Kevin is saying, it's Andrew Cole, not Andy Cole. It's Andy Cole all day long, Kevin. And Ian saying, fair play to Toon fans. They sang out all night. Sky Shit Sports turned the volume down, as always. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Kyle is saying he thinks we'll get Liverpool or Chelsea. I can see it, Kyle. It's almost written in the stars for us, mate, isn't it, really? But do you know what? If we beat Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool or Chelsea in the quarters, I mean, it's surely got our name written all over the bloody thing, isn't it? You would like to think so. But just while we're waiting for the draw to come on, then, guys, a little bit of a thought on the game against Arsenal then. So we saw Bruno come on. We saw Wilson come on. Do you think any of the lads who started tonight have got a chance starting at the weekend? Lewis Hall in particular in that left-back berth, as Kev said before. What do you think of the comments, guys? Do you think Lewis Hall's got a chance of starting against Arsenal, or do you think he'll just defer back to Trippier and Burn? Now, Trippier probably walking the team, really, but what about Burn at left-back? Do you think Burn will get back in at left-back, or do you think Trippier might have a bit of a chance? So we'll leave that one for you just to answer while we're waiting for this draw to come back. Yeah, a lot of you guys want Middlesbrough, don't you? You all want Middlesbrough. Sorry, I did see that, actually. Mark and the Elements reminded me there. Yeah, Manchester United blaming the tight socks for losing games. I mean, fucking hell. The socks are tighter than their back four, I think, to be honest with you. Robert is saying that Tino on the right and Trips on the left. Yeah, he plays there for England. I don't want to disrupt the balance of the side, though, Robert. But I can see an argument for him, mate. I really can. But Tino's played so well, hasn't he? You could argue he should get the start, maybe ahead of Hall. But you wouldn't want to throw out the balance of the side, would you? Luke thinks he'll be back to normal, to be fair, which I don't disagree with. Luke, I think he'll just go back to Trips right, Burn left, and then Shah and Lascelles, Share and Lascelles at the back, really. I don't know what's going on with Botman. I don't know whether this is a blag by Eddie Howe, and Botman might resurface against either Arsenal or Dortmund, possibly. It could be one of Eddie Howe's famous injury quotes where he says he's going to be out for 2-3 months or whatever. And then he comes back in a week's time. And look at Joe Willock. We never thought Joe Willock was going to be on the bench against Dortmund. He's on the bench against Dortmund, comes off the bench against Wolves, starts tonight, gets a goal. He's way ahead of schedule. And we all thought Joe Willock was going to be out for ages after that, to be fair. A couple of comments about Target. Yeah, Target's injury was a hammy, as Mark said in the admin there, Robert. Yeah, so I think it could be a bad one for Target. Hammies are never good. You're probably looking at least 3 weeks out, I think, minimum, really, if you have a bad pull. If you have a tear, you could be looking at a lot longer, to be fair. I think we've got a comment there from Man City fan. I love it. It was beautiful and it made my blue heart warm. Big up the Newcastle and to the fans. Both delivered a class performance. And thank you so much, Herbal Attraction 3000. Glad we put a smile on some City fans' faces as well, because I know you guys hate them lot probably as much as we do as well, to be honest with you. And as Mark is saying, Manchester is blue. It certainly is now. They can't lace City's boots at all. Surprised to see Kraft did so well as well. Absolutely, Magpies. I think Kraft was excellent. I think even Gary Neville, I'll give Gary Neville his due, actually. He was probably saying it through gritted teeth, but he was very impartial tonight. I think he's that sick of Manchester United. I think he's just happy to say, that they're shit, really, in all fairness. We've got here Jamie O'Hara saying Casemiro and Mount would they fuck? They wouldn't get into our team. Not a chance. Not in a million years would they get into our team, mate. Even if they were buying the beers at the bloody ground, I don't think they would get into our team. Absolutely not. What we've got here. Kev is saying, I noticed after the Manchester derby about how bad Man United were, less about City as normal. That seems to be the go-to approach, really. I'm just watching highlights of West Ham. West Ham battered Arsenal tonight, didn't they? West Ham look good this season. They really, really do. Jarrod Bowen's a great player. Before he signed this contract, there was some murmurings that Newcastle were looking at him. I'd love to have Jarrod Bowen. I think he would fit our style of play so well, but he was on fire tonight. He really, really was. He puts in the cross for the first goal. Ben White scores an own goal. Terrible header, to be fair. Really, really is. With his M&M style Barnett. I think somebody said the other day, I saw something quite funny, say he looked like one of the girls from Benidorm, which I thought was quite humorous. And they're coming for the second long ball over the top. And I think it's lovely turn and finish by another lad that bought with the Declan Rice money. Was it the lad from Ajax? Was it Cadiz or whatever he was called? He's a great player as well, so all that money was spent really, really well. So yeah, Arsenal got absolutely humped tonight, to be fair. So it's superb. That's one less team I have to worry about. But West Ham are a good side. I don't fancy taking them on. Actually, they keep playing like that, although we only drew with them. So yeah, absolutely. What else we got here in the comments? Just trying to keep up with you guys. Would-be farmer strained a hamstring at a Spice Girls concert in '98. As long as that's the only thing you pulled, farmer, you get kicked out of concerts for that. Little FB saying we've got Lucky again. Man U, I don't think it was Lucky. FB, Man U was shit. That is true. I will give you that. But what strike from Bowen that was for the third one, by the way, for West Ham. My God. But yeah, Man U was shit. But no, we were good. We were really good tonight. I think we just dispatched them. We were never really worried about them. We were never threatened by them. I don't think they just don't look like they're playing for that manager. They absolutely don't. When a team is down in tools for a manager, and that's Manchester United. It has been for a while now. But when they play against City, they're nowhere near close to them in terms of quality or anything like that. And they're playing against us. We've got the desire and the heart and the fight and the structure of a team that plays for each other. And when you come up against a team as well organized as Newcastle United like that, you're just not going to win. You're just not going to win. Sorry, little FB. Tongue in cheek. I'll let you off then. Absolutely, I'll let you off. We've got another one from Kev saying Hall's goal was perfect. The ball was like a knife through butter. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It was great. It was absolutely superb. I wouldn't want to say a love child of the last in the studio with Casemiro. Yeah, she England player, I think, Lioness, I think. Yeah, yeah, she likes to talk more than I do. William is in the comments. Good to see you, William. Livermento, what a performance! Yeah, he was absolutely class, mate. He just looks the part that he really does. Ian is saying a Toon fan on Talk Bollocks. Yeehaw. Dean Saunders now present. Dean Saunders is okay. Dean Saunders is okay, to be fair. He's he is very respectful to Newcastle United as Dean Saunders, which is weird because he was up here with Souness, I think it was. So you'd like to think he's got probably not great memories of his time at Newcastle, seeing how toxic things turned. With the Craig Bellamy thing, and basically losing all of Bobby's players and everything else as well. That would probably give you a bad impression. But I think Dean Saunders generally enjoyed his time at the club. And he seems like a good guy, to be fair. Dean Saunders, a good crack. Kevin's saying that Carney is worse. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Karen Carney. I do think that Karen Carney does talk a lot of shit, to be honest with you. It's nothing to do with the fact she's a woman. I think if her name was Christopher Carney, I think she'd talk shit as well. Another comment there from Tom Pearson. Up the mags. Man, you've really hit rock bottom. Absolutely dross performance from them. It really was. It really was. And I do agree with you, Would-Be Farmer. Draw. Where the fuck is the draw? They don't half fucking stretch this out, do they, on Sky? I mean, good God. Some of us got bed to go to now, haven't we? My God. Waffling to fill time now. Is that me, Taryn, or is that Sky? I can't tell. I think I am doing a bit of waffling, mate. I really am. Where the fuck is the draw? That's a very, very good question. Let's give it 5 more minutes, guys. And if there's no draw there, we'll jump off and we'll all just watch it in our own time. What we got here? Magpies is saying, too busy showing wet spam and Captain Scott. He does look like Captain Scott, doesn't he? He's like a Lego man, isn't he? Mikel Arteta. Do you think he just pops that hair on and off in the morning? If he does, I might have to ask where he gets it from, because I could do with a bit of that as well, to be fair. William is saying the camera showed Ten Hag walking up to sit in the stands, though he was going to keep going right out of the place. I think you're right. Absolutely. I think he definitely looked like a broken man, didn't he? Gary said because Sky wanted to do it on the pitch, I think. Sky, honestly, what a load of shite. Luke is saying that when we're buying Alicia Lehman for the expansion teams, James Woodby Park, maybe they'll go for her for the women's team, mate. You might be right. It was the women's team you were saying. Look, Ian is in the comments. Good to see Ian saying he'd rather like Middlesbrough home. I would as well, actually. I think that'd be a great tie. Great to see, a northeast tie. I think it's been a long time since we've played each other, and I think it'll be really, really good to see. I think we're ready to go now. I think the draw is on, so let's just stick with us for a bit while we watch the draw. Kevin is saying what prospects we have in our new fullbacks. Absolutely, mate. Just and young as well. They're so young as well, which is just absolutely fucking class, isn't it? Just think how good they could get. Moving on just in the seasons to come. All right, here we go. We've got Andy Cole and whoever Casemiro's missus is going to be drawing the balls. Here we go. All right, so we're number 7. Time to go. I think I'm slightly behind because there's already been one come on there. Yeah, I think she's an ex-Lioness, I think, George, is what they've been said. So here we go. So I think the first one is already out, which is Everton v Fulham. So there's 2 teams we probably would have liked to have played. Oh, no. If that's the right one, I think Mark's slightly ahead of me in the draw. I think we've got Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, guys. Fucking hell. They're not making this easy for us, are they? Oh, my God. George is saying we're through. But to be fair, I mean, Chelsea aren't great, are they, in all fairness? So bring Chelsea on. Fuck it. I'm not scared of Chelsea. They're starting to pick up a little bit, but I think Chelsea would be more scared of us than we would be of them, to be fair. I mean, Mauricio Pochettino won't want Chelsea to play Newcastle. I'm pretty sure of that. God, look at that one. Port Vale versus Middlesbrough. That's a good tie for Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough get quite far in the competition. I know he is spoiling, isn't he, Quilon? But, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's a good one for Liverpool versus West Ham as well, actually, to be fair. So, as you say, Paul, there is no easy games in football. Yeah, Kyle, you called it, mate. We were going to get a tough team. Tom saying we're getting scammed out of this. Absolutely. Mark is apologising for the spoilers. Aaron is saying Stanford brothel, everybody scores. Absolutely. And Gary's right. He's saying we're going to do this the hard way, guys. So yeah, do you know what? And again, this is something that pissed me off as well, Robert, about this. Chelsea getting a home tie 4th time in a row. Manchester United had 11 or 12 ties in a row or something. Something's fucking bent with that, isn't it? Something ain't right with that. Even Gary Neville sounded awkward when he was talking about that. He really was. Graham was saying, well, if we win this cup, we've done it the hard way. Absolutely, mate. Fuck me. If we beat City, Manchester United and Chelsea to get the semi-finals of this competition, then Jesus, we've done a hell of a job, in all fairness. Ian saying Stevie Wonder would score at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, you're right, Robert. 12 times apparently Manchester United have been drawn at home in these competitions. And we'll get Liverpool next and Port Vale in the final. Probably right, mate. Probably right. George is saying no fear of Man United, no fear of the ex-Russian slags either, which obviously means Chelsea. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. That's the tie. We'll deal with it. We'll sort out Chelsea. I'm sure. We might have players back from injury then as well. Look at how well we played against Manchester City and Manchester United, and they would both give Chelsea a game. So let's not be scared of them. Bring it on. We'll sort them out. Port Vale and Middlesbrough, it was. Kev was that one. Damn, no hole. Oh, yeah, of course he can't play, can he? Oh, you're right. Bloody hell. That's a good point, that, mate. Yeah, but you're right, Robert. The injuries will be sorted by then. Hopefully, by that point, we'll have a few players back from injury, and we'll smash Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea. But that's me done for night, guys. We're staying a little bit longer to try and get that draw in, which is great. So Mark was obviously in his DeLorean a little bit ahead of me in time, but hey, it is what it is. Shay Gibbons on a TV laughing now. She probably take the piss out of the draw. The fact that we've got Chelsea as well. So that's me done. Good night, everybody. Hope you have a cracking sleep. Great result. Bring on Arsenal weekend. We'll be back with a match preview for that. So keep it evermore, guys. Subscribe, like the video, do all that wonderful stuff that you do. We're over 5,500 subs. You want to be a member, smash that button, join this great squad. Have a great evening. Go get some sleep, and we'll catch you later, everybody. Cheers now. Bye-bye.